This will be an unboxing and review of a Benyar BY5194 Quartz chronograph watch. So inside the box you get a guarantee card, you get a generic instruction manual, you also get a cleaning cloth, and underneath the foam is the watch. Now this model that I purchased has a blue dial and a stainless steel bracelet, but it's also available in a black dial version and a silver dial version with either stainless steel bracelet or rubber strap. Okay, let's get dimensions out of the way first. Case diameter is 43 millimeters, bezel diameter is 41 millimeters. The lug to lug is 49 millimeters. Overall height is about 13 millimeters, and it has a lug width of 20 millimeters. So this watch features two subdials. The subdial at the 3 o'clock position is a 24-hour time hand, and the subdial at the 9 o'clock position is a 60-minute chronograph counter. It also has a date display window at 6 o'clock. And I was interested in this watch because of this dial layout. To me, it has more of a vintage or retro chronograph feel to it, maybe something from the 1970s with only having two subdials. This watch also does not have a running seconds, so the second hand, or the sweep second hand, is only for the chronograph, which is actually nice because it makes the tachymeter markings actually usable. Now this bracelet is 20 millimeters and it does have solid female inlinks and a pretty basic clasp assembly. Now this clasp assembly does not have any micro adjustments, so that might be a concern for some users. For me it was not. I was able to remove enough links to get it to securely fit on my 7-inch wrist. You can see the Benyar logo at the 12 o'clock position, along with water, 5 ATM, and chronograph. Now let's take a look at the individual links on the bracelet. Now these links are just held together with a basic push pin, which is to be expected at this price point. And it looks like the links are actually 5-piece links. There's a small inner link that you can see here, and that small inner link is actually polished, and the rest of the links are brushed. So it doesn't really show up here on the video very well, but that small sliver of an inner link is polished and the rest of it is brushed. Let's take a look at that dial again. You can see the white sweep second hand working its way around, and we have orange hour and minute hands, and I like the contrast of the orange against the blue. I just wish the hands were a little bit wider. They just seem a little narrow to me. And here's a wrist shot on my 7-inch wrist. Let's take a look at the back. It does have a screw down case back, and as you can read, it says all solid stainless steel, water resistant, 50 meters. Now whether or not this case is truly stainless steel, that might be up for debate, but at this price point, not really a concern for me. You can see the case itself is highly polished along with the pushers and the crown. Now this crown is a simple push-pull crown. It is not a screw-down crown. It does have the date function, so you're just going to pull it once to set the date and then pull it to the second position to set the time. Now to operate the chronograph is pretty simple. You just push the top pusher. That activates the chronograph. You can push it a second time to stop it, and a third time to restart it. You can also measure split times, so you can press the bottom pusher. That'll capture the first split time, and then when you push that bottom pusher again, it will advance to the current time and continue counting. Then you can stop it with the top pusher and reset everything with the lower pusher. Now these pushers don't have any real feel to them. There's no click or audible click or tactile feel. It's a pretty soft push, But again, at this price point, not a big concern for me. Now I let this chronograph run a while. I want to show you how slow it is to reset the minute counter. So I went ahead and reset it, and you can see that minute counter slowly making its way back to 0. Now if you find yourself needing to recalibrate the chronograph hand, usually due to a battery change, you're going to do that by pulling the crown to position 2 and then using the top pusher to manually move the chronograph second hand and recalibrate it back to 0. Overall, I think this is a fairly attractive watch. If you like the look and layout of this dial, I would recommend it, especially if you can find it on sale. I paid $30 US for this watch. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below.